So that's when we have someone on standby. For instance, the episode where you came in on the Ass Reaper episode, which Brian actually did have a reaction to that one. But other times someone comes in and tries it and they have more of a reaction than he does. But yeah, you with the Ass Reaper, not knowing it was going to be.
I had absolutely your pain. Yeah, I had no idea. I wasn't in the room when they were doing Brian's reaction. I wish I was, because if I was and saw Brian's reaction, I would have fucking touched it. But instead, it was like, here's what I want you to do. I want you to barge in, talk shit about it being Halloween, and so I was like, all right, I got a Twix.
The Twix.
Dunk, chop. I can't breathe. Panicking, running to the bathroom. Water. Wait a second, that's a bad idea. Now it burns even more. Do you have milk? No? All right. Well, I'm fucked.
I liked one of the comments too. One of the
throw some cream cheese on that.
I liked one of the comments that said, "I love how Jake walked in there all badass, but then was immediately schooled."
God, it was.
How did you meet Mrs. Snob?
We had met when she worked at Hot Topic, and I was there in like '04 getting some props for a movie I was doing at the time.
The greatest love story of all time.
No, it isn't.
Just like a chance meeting.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Oh, I got him to buy me a button because I was just like, you should buy me a button. He's like, I should buy you a button. I was like, yeah. So he picks out a button of a girl kicking a guy in the nuts, which I still have. And then we got introduced by a mutual friend and then kind of hit it off and found out about the meeting because I was just randomly talking. I was like, oh, when I worked at Hot Topic, he's like, did I buy you a button? I was like, holy shit, that was you. I told like everybody that story. So, okay, I was actually working in the corner and he said, hey, baby, you want to be still? I said, okay.
Shot him with a heart of gold.
Do I have to?
Yes.
Okay, why is Clockwork Orange one of your favorite movies of all time?
Why is Clockwork Orange? Because it's Clockwork Orange.
Simple.
Violent, it's funny, it's Malcolm McDowell, great soundtrack. Yeah. Great movie.
Singing in the Rain is your
Singing
song.
Actually, She Blinded Me with Science. If he was singing She Blinded Me with Science, the movie would be perfect.
This one's for Jake here. I know you already mentioned Madagascar 3, but what other movies this year are you already regretting that your Nebraska can make you go see?
Well, you got Madagascar, whatever the fuck number they're on. We got Ice Age 4.
Continental Drift. Yeah.
I would rather see that than that piece of shit Adam Sandler movie coming out. So
No, that's my point. That's the one that Sarah Jillian is singing.
Oh God.
You get absolutely no sympathy for me, Jillian.
I'm just thinking.
Wait, what about Step Up Redemption?
Why?
I don't know if we got a midnight.
How does that share the same subtitle as The Rain?
Hey, you would have asked an ASTL.
You in the very back?
How did you end up helping Reckless Eating? Like, how did you end up like meeting them and giving them
we just kind of I like their show a lot. And they had seen our show, and we just friended on Facebook, and I honestly think theirs is the best tries video on YouTube. It's incredibly well put together. Those guys are very funny, and the stuff that they try is more bizarre than the stuff I do.
What would you want to try of theirs?
Huh?
What would you like want to try of theirs?
Of theirs?
Turtle pizza.
That was James Rolfe did the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
I can't remember if they did or not. I don't know. Of the stuff that they've had before, probably like an actual like durian that really smells bad. Probably one of those. But yeah, I was doing the Four Loko thing and just asked them. That's sort of gross. And I asked them if they wanted to do a cameo for it, and they said yeah. They sent me some footage. It was really funny, and got them a bunch more hits. And yeah, their show's great.
You watch a lot of Asylum movies. What do you think is the best and the worst Asylum movie?
The best, Sherlock Holmes. By far, Sherlock Holmes. That one is great. It's Sherlock Holmes investigating murders by a T-Rex.
I say, Watson, what does a T-Rex need with piano wire?
And they're being controlled by a guy in an Iron Man costume, so you got like this mechanical dragon fighting Sherlock Holmes in a hot air balloon at the end. And it's all being told in flashback. It's all being told in flashback by Watson, who's saying like, "This is the story you haven't heard." Like, why has no one heard this? We're killing hookers, and then London is on fire at the end from a giant mechanical fire-breathing dragon, and this is the one no one's heard. The worst are just the ones that are boring. Snow White was bad.
Paranormal Entity?
That was actually one of the best, I thought. Paranormal Entity, I thought, was good in the sense that somebody could go and watch that, and then afterwards feel like they have watched Paranormal Activity. Because they're both movies with roughly the same budget. They're both movies that don't have like a named person in them at the time they came out. So yeah, somebody who rents that thinking it's Paranormal Activity would probably watch it and think they saw Paranormal Activity. The word like Transmorphers was really bad. Monster was really bad. There's some ones that are just boring.
Typically, how long do you hold on to something before you do a gratifies it? Sometimes you said like, it's just in the garage for like a month.
I have a lot. I have boxes and boxes of stuff, so sometimes it is sitting around for a while. Sometimes it doesn't really matter because it's like okay, it's a 30-year-old bottle of Billy beer. Like, what's another 2 months?
Some of the stuff that has expiration dates will get sent. We put it in the fridge and whatnot. We just kind of randomly check. Be like, well, that's past its prime. But
Well, if it's a soda, it doesn't matter.
No, not soda, but
if
that
it's like
milky stuff.
Yeah, if it's like a block of cheese or something. Yeah, the sodas obviously keep past their expiration date.
Some of the candy gets like melty or just kind of.
Some of those might get a little melty, yeah. But yeah, we have boxes of stuff in our basement that we're slowly but surely getting to.
Would you consider reviewing the Caligula comic book with Linkara?
Oh yeah. We've actually talked about that. In fact, I think I have 2 copies of that comic book now. Because fans sent me one, and then Lewis gave me one. So yeah, we've definitely talked about that. Eventually, yeah, we'll be doing the Caligula comic. I'm not sure when. Next time we're together, but that'll be fun.
Yeah, I was wondering if you watched the movie Metropolis and what you thought about it.
I saw the Metropolis. I saw. You mean the Asylum film?
Yeah.
I saw it when I was in high school, and it was the. What's the
Marauder?
The Marauder version, yeah. The Marauder, which I liked. I liked it with a sweet Pat Benatar soundtrack. Like, that was awesome. So I saw that one and really liked it. You know, I think there's some people out there who really don't care much for that version, but I dug it. It had some sweet tunes. Yeah, I quite enjoyed it.
Pretty sure everyone knows by now that you like Caligula. How often do you have to review a movie that you actually like?
It just depends on what I feel like, because with the character I play, it works in different levels. It works in just a straight up riff. Some episodes are like the Sinful Dwarf, or just a straight up riff. So, and you can usually tell when it's a riff, when it's playing up that character, like Night Dreams or Caligula or Maniac, where it's playing up that he's too pretentious to like something like that. Sallow, yeah, exactly, definitely. Or again, yeah, something that like Last House on the Left, which is just playing up, which is read sort of as a legitimate critique on that movie, and you can usually tell what's which. So when it's something that I like, when I actually like, is usually when it comes across as the character being a lot more snobby about it, like where it's clear that's not actually what I think about the movie. Yeah, like with Pieces, Caligula, every now and then I do that because that's kind of fun.
Okay, how excited are you about watching, like in theaters, the new Three Stooges movie?
I've got the originals on DVDs, so I'm cool with those. Like, I don't need to see it modernized and with Snooki from.
She gets hurt.
Yeah, like yeah.
She's an established author. So
Oh.
With that, like one critic, it was a critic on Ain't It Cool put it best, where they said, it isn't that we want to see Snooki get slapped around or whatnot, it's that we just don't want to see her. They put it best in regards to that. Like I really have no interest in seeing it. Maybe I'll get drunk one night and watch it. I don't know. There you go. I'll just watch my DVDs at home.
It's not a children's movie. I'm out.
It's PG.
It's not a children's movie.
Now without a business of
He's got to draw the line somewhere.
Yeah, Three Stooges. That's it.
And it's not just that Snooki's in it. I think they're all.
Yeah, they're all in it.
Yeah.
What?
Every single one. Yeah, you got to get the whole gang in there. Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense.
It wouldn't make any sense.
Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense for them to be in the movie.
I know this isn't an easy question to answer, but I know we all have our favorites. What would you say is your absolute favorite line that you've ever recorded?
Off the top of my head, I liked it. I don't know if this is my favorite line, but I liked it. I liked it in the Sinful Dwarf episode, which is a movie about this dwarf who goes around kidnapping people and forcing them into like prostitution and whatnot. Like, the way that he looked in it, like his face, I said that he looked like if you put Richard Keel in a can crusher, which made some guy on the comments page really mad. He was like really mad. Like it's one of those overly PC things. I hate political correctness. So it was one of those things like where it was obviously a really tall guy who was offended that somebody who's not him might get offended, you know. So he was afraid like a little person might get offended or something like that. So that made me really like that line a lot. Yeah.
Do you ever plan on buying a new tripod for yourself?
Yeah, she got one for me. Oh yeah, because the other one was just held up with tape.
Because Lloyd kept knocking it over.
Yeah,
it was fell a couple times on its own.
Yeah, it would fall on its own. It would get off center. Like I would have to adjust the tape on it just right to get it kind of centered and whatnot. I'm like, crap, I need another one of these. Yeah, so.
Think of a Christmas present. I was like,
yeah. So I remember back in the old days when I just put the camera on a stool. Like when it was
stool.
Yeah,
it works.
It worked. Like it was back like when I was in the basement shooting episodes, and I put it on a stool, and if it needed to be higher, like okay, set like some VHS tapes. VHS tapes, set the camera on.
To be fair, when you were using my art stool, we did prop it up with books.
They were my books.
I read them. You read much to read?
No.
How awkward was it to sit through like the No Touching song and the Too Smart for Strangers, the Winnie the Pooh?
Awkward because I didn't see it coming. No.
We had to watch it.
No, we didn't watch that. We watched one with McGruff. But the McGruff one where like the kids go like, we made a music video with this person who's supposed to be famous but really isn't. But like, yeah, the too smart for strangers thing, when he starts singing about bad touching. Like, who is going to touch them?